Thank you, Rajesh. Now we have come to the last part of the International Engineering Education Symposium 2025. That is the concluding session. I am Jahan Chowdhury, and I have the honor of serving as the session coordinator. Over the next hour or so, my fellow coordinator Rajesh and I will share a summary of the insights gained from the symposium, which will be followed by a closing speech from the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Ashraful University of Science and Technology, Professor Mohammad Ashraful Hoque, and the closing remarks from Professor Mazharul. Now, let us begin by highlighting the key lessons and insights gained from this symposium. On August 9, 2025, during the inaugural session of the symposium, Professor Mazharul, Director of the Center for Extension Services of Ashraful University of Science and Technology, delivered a keynote speech titled Sustainability in Engineering Education, a Washington Accord Roadmap for the SDG Era. The address explored how the International Engineering Alliance's Graduate Attributes and Professional Competencies, GAPC version 4, can serve as a guiding framework to embed sustainability across engineering curricula. Professor Islam emphasized the crucial role of engineers in achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals through technical excellence, ethical responsibility, and innovative problem solving. The keynote also outlined several enabling approaches to teaching sustainability, including integrating the three pillars of sustainability: environmental, social, and economic, applying the triple bottom line concept, adopting project-based and company-based learning, and implementing the CDIO, conceive, design, implement, operate framework. Professor Islam concluded with a call to action for engineering educators, design curricula, projects, and partnerships that prepare graduates to serve people, protect the planet, and pursue meaningful purpose in their professional practice. Now, my fellow coordinator Rajesh will talk about the key lessons learned from the technical session 1.
Since I was the coordinator of technical session 1, I'll briefly try and explain to those who did not attend yesterday.
They are making the summary now.
Please continue. At 11:30 yesterday, Dr. Mohammad Rashidin Khan of IIM in Malaysia presented a presentation titled Integrating Sustainable Design into Engineering Curriculum. As he is very experienced engineer in his field, he explored how we should integrate sustainability and sustainable development goals in our education system and at 12, Professor Salihul Islam of Electrical and Computer Science, Electrical and Computer Engineering, North-South University, presented a presentation named Teaching Ethics, Environment, and Society, a multidisciplinary course for future engineers. He's a professor from North-South University, and he explained in detail how he is incorporating the ideas of sustainability, ideas of ethics, ideas of preserving the environment in a very new and very innovative teaching method in North-South University. It's an university that we've got very good experience with. We work together in many ways. And then at 12:30 for the third presentation, Saqib Hussain Khan, who used to be a faculty member here at Ashraful University, is currently in University of Portsmouth pursuing his PhD. He had a presentation named Greening the Curriculum, Sustainable Practice in Material Engineering. In his presentation, he in particular talked about how our knowledge base changes. For example, he talked about how we maybe think some parts and some technology may be sustainable, but after we did research, we found out that some parts and some technologies, they were not as sustainable, not as environmentally friendly as we previously thought. And lastly, at 1 p.m., Professor Hasle from SDU Denmark had a presentation titled Sustainable Supply Chain Management for Engineering Students. This presentation in particular was of great interest to me, as he explains in great detail how we as a customer, we as people can drive environmental and sustainable changes if we push companies hard enough. And if we look at it, so supply and development is essentially a multifaceted environment where there's a relationship between the buyer, the supplier, and the business people. So if we as people and buyers and customers and the general public become more aware and demand sustainable change, companies and in many ways, shipping companies will adapt and will have to adapt. And we've also seen some worrying trends where, especially during the recent conflicts and recent interesting times, we've seen a degradation of this relationship. So this was a very valuable session, and he gave us great insight, especially being from Denmark. He gave us some great insight about Maersk Line, which was by far the largest shipping company in the world. As this wraps up technical session 2, I'd like to hand the mic back over to my classmate Ananya Chowdhury for a brief wrap up of technical session 2. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajesh. In the second technical session, again, we had 4 wonderful presentations. The first presentation, Dr. James Ewan from Imperial College London, gave a presentation titled The Role of Tribology in a Sustainable Future, when he showed us how tribology, often invisible to the public eye, can play a visible role in a sustainable future, from reducing energy losses to developing eco-friendly lubricants and even personal hair care products in collaboration with the industry. Professor Shamsuddin Ahmed from MP Department IUT, in his presentation titled Engineering a Sustainable Future, a Mandate for Education, emphasized that engineering a sustainable future requires a deep shift in how we teach, encouraging systemic thinking, ethical responsibility, and interdisciplinary collaboration. Dr. Tasneem Jamal, Associate Professor from Department of EEE, Ashraful University of Science and Technology, in his presentation, Engineering Education for SDG 7, Advancing a Just Energy Transition in Asia Pacific, inspired us with the vision of a just energy transition where engineers must integrate clean energy, equity, and climate resilience into the skill set, working hand in hand with communities to drive change. Finally, Professor Lalmohan Boral, professor from Department of Textile University, AUST, gave a presentation titled Introducing Sustainability in Textile Engineering Curriculum through an International Academia Industry Collaboration, where he demonstrated how targeted academia and industry collaboration can update curricula such as textile engineering to close sustainability gaps, ensuring that graduates are prepared for both national priorities and global demands. That sums up the key lessons from the second technical session. Now my fellow coordinator Rajesh will sum up today's panel discussions.
Thank you, Ananya. As you all have attended today's panel discussion, I think there's little to say. Engineer Zakaria is a practicing engineer, and he basically gave us a lot of insight into his field of work in a way that how he is changing the engineering dynamic and how he's incorporating sustainability in many ways in his engineering responsibility in Malaysia. He is also part of an accreditation board. He is the board of the engineers of Malaysia, and he has developed, say, a new method, say a new, more acceptable method for, especially for engineers, not for educators per se, how to incorporate sustainability in work. And then Professor Krishna Vedula, he is a very accomplished and very experienced professor. He's been working in this field for about 4 decades, and in many ways he's seen it all. He's seen the internet age, he's seen the inception of AI. So he gives us great intelligence, a great insight on how educators can adapt and incorporate these new technologies into their education, and how, as many people who attended here, educators, they can tackle this question of evolving world when it comes to sustainability. And lastly, Professor Dr. Javed Chittur, who is in University of Oklahoma. He has also, I mean, in his presentation, you saw it, everybody. He's working. He's shown us how he's incorporating different SDG goals in his sustainable development goals in his curriculum, and the way he's developing, he's teaching his students to be more mindful about their usage, about their life, and about their education. And actually, what we've seen that it's not an additional credit hour. Incorporate his knowledge into the course. And with that, that wraps up. And obviously, all of you attended the session, so you have a very good idea about what the session was. And with that, I can wrap up my very brief and maybe in many ways big summary of the panel discussions. And I'd hand this over to my classmate and fellow coordinator on Jahan.
Thank you, Rajesh. The keynote address, technical sessions, and panel discussions have shown us that sustainability is no longer optional. This is the lens through which engineers must now see the world. Let us take forward the key message from this symposium to equip our engineers, not just with knowledge, but with purpose, ethics, and the ability to create solutions that serve people and protect the planet. Thank you. That's all from us regarding the key lessons learned from this symposium. Now, I would like to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Ashraful University of Science and Technology, Professor Ashraful, to deliver the closing speech. Please, Professor.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Because the mute sign is showing here.
That mic, raise that mic.
Okay.
Raising that.
Okay.
But we cannot see you, Professor Ashraful.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Your video is not on. The camera is off, I guess.
Camera is off. I'm not visible, right?
Yes.
Now is-
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Good morning. Distinguished guests, colleagues, and other participants. Very much delighted to be here as the Vice Chancellor of this university, also the University of Science and Technology. This is appropriate and very good initiative by Center of Extension Services of the AUST. So the first is we have part of an inspiring journey, one that has taken us thorough, insightful keynote, speeches, engaging panel discussion, and valuable technical sessions. Together, we have explored how sustainability can and must be integrated into every layer of engineering education, particularly in AUST, except textile engineering, we all are accredited. So now the time to go for the newest version of Washington Accord of the BAIT. Washington Accord, which is jointly undertaken or jointly signed by the BAIT of IEB. So the ideas, research, and experiences shared here have shown us that sustainability is not just a subject to be taught, it is a value to be life shaping how we design and innovate and contribute to society. I mentioned in the inaugural session that this is the main challenge, how to integrate this sustainability in our curricula. Because our total curricula, our total credit is fixed. It is around 170 to 177. So now if we want to integrate this one as a subject, so our total credit will be increased. So maybe the expert members who are here, they will look into all those things. They can integrate it in their other subjects, if possible, or as Professor Raisuddin mentioned that, if possible, we can drop some of the non-engineering subject and include this one in our curricula. I am especially encouraged by the active participation of all the experts members whose curiosity and commitment assure us that the future of engineering will be driven by responsibility as much as by innovation. I am very much grateful to Professor Dr. Mazharul Islam, who is very enthusiastic person, and those who know him, if any job is assigned to him, he knows how to perform it, how to finish it effectively. As a Vice Chancellor, I sincerely thank all other members of his team who have managed to successful completion of this symposium. So on behalf of Ashraful University of Science and Technology, I express my deepest gratitude to our distinguished speakers from home and abroad for sharing their expertise, to our organizing committee for their tireless efforts, to our partners and sponsors, if any, for their support, and to every participant for making this event meaningful and memorable. As we conclude, let us take with us not just knowledge, but renewed determination to embed sustainability into our teaching, research, and professional practice, so that we may create a future where progress and responsibility go hand in hand. I like to mention here that in this financial year, we are thinking to integrate the IoT to our lighting, fan, and AC system so that energy can be conserved. And also we are going to install the renewable energy, that means the rooftop 20 kilowatts system, solar cell system. I hope that will, of course, give us the clean energy. Thank you. I wish you all continued success in our journey toward a sustainable world. I am very much grateful to you all for this symposium who have participated and who have organized. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Mohammad Ashraful, for your inspiring words. Now, I would like to invite Professor Mazharul Islam, the Director of the Center for Extension Services, to deliver the vote of thanks and his final closing remarks.
Okay, thank you. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. I'm really I'm very glad, extremely glad that alhamdulillah we have finished this task of conducting this symposium. Frankly speaking, I should be thanking many individuals for this goal. I mean, I would like to thank our can see here, of course, our guardian here, our Amir here is our Honorable PC sir. He allowed me to undertake this mission, and alhamdulillah, we have finished it. Of course, I want to thank our chief guest, Professor Misbauddin Ahmed, and the distinguished session chairs, Professor Faris and Dr. Zaki Yamani bin Zakaria, Prof. Hasib, these session chairs, and also all the presenters for their valuable contributions. It will be shared through YouTube, and hopefully people will benefit in the future, inshallah. And I have learned a lot from these sessions. And now I should be talking about the individuals who helped me to conduct this. I mean, whether you believe it or not, I mean, the main technical issues were dealt by me and my two students. Can you focus on them? These students, my fresh graduates from our mechanical engineering program, Ananya and Rajesh. These two individuals, fresh graduate, I taught them SDGs and all this stuff in their power plant engineering. Yeah, now they're seeing, and I'm really happy that they helped me. These two individuals and myself, three of us try to conduct this symposium with the help of our Honorable Vice Chancellor. And also we have individuals in the logistics. Of course, we have our AO from IQAC, Mr. Monowar, also our ICT, our Anwar Bhai, and also financial matters are dealt by the Office of the Treasurer. Our Honorable Treasurer, Professor Reza, is sitting here. I want to thank him as well for his support, from the financial side. So, I mean, I'm grateful to all of you. And of course, we have here right now, the director of RPO is here. He's attending since morning. So I would like to thank all of the individuals involved in this symposium, and wishing you all the best. I hope people benefited and they will continue to do so in the future, inshallah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We close to them.
Thank you, Professor Mazharul Islam, for your dedication behind the symposium, and thank you for trusting me with the opportunity. Our heartfelt thanks once again goes to the Vice Chancellor, Mr. Mohammad Ashraful Hoque, Professor Mazharul Islam, and to Ashraful University of Science and Technology for hosting and supporting this event. We are also grateful to all the presenters, session chairs, distinguished guests, and participants for their valuable contributions. And with that, we officially bring the International Engineering Education Symposium 2025 to a close. Thank you, everyone, and take care.
Thank you.